Speakers to join us with a message.
Welcome. On behalf of the Sioux Greyhounds management, staff, and players, we would like to present to George a Sioux Greyhound replica jersey as a token of our appreciation in all he has done for our community and the communities around us. His story has touched us in many different ways. We feel together we can spread the word and save some more lives. Good luck and congratulations to the entire step-by-step team.
Organ transplants have moved far beyond the experimental stage, with approximately 500,000 transplants have taken place in the throughout the world since Dr. Christian Barnard performed the first heart transplant in South Africa in the late 1960s. And in Sault Ste. Marie, to date, we now have approximately 15 persons who are able to enjoy a new level of renewed life thanks to a transplant. And we welcome to give a brief story on where they stand on it. Two people who are in excellent health today, who are recent organ donation recipients, to speak to you. First, Carrie Apostle, and then Andy Tanella. Carrie and Andy, please.
My brother, 4 years younger than myself, tested 100% positive, and thanks to him, I no longer just exist, but I have a wonderful life. And I am here to appeal to your heart, to your minds, to make the connection between the two. I would hate to think that I would have to appeal too much to your heart, because I think you all have the emotional intelligence to do what's right, but it takes intellectual intelligence of your mind to make that connection, to give it some thought, to follow the lead of your heart, and let your mind guide you to sign your organ donation cards. And if ever you were put in the position to save a life and to make the quality of someone's life better, if you would please do so. Thanks.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. I received a cadaveric kidney transplant 6 weeks ago, and it's changed my life totally compared to being on dialysis for the last 3.5 years. It's a big difference being from on dialysis and being away from the machine. You have all this time, and you don't have to go to the hospital 15 hours a week. And what George is doing for our community and across Canada is just unbelievable. I sat in the nephrology clinic in London, Ontario, and I stared at his poster wondering who this fellow is walking across Canada. And I was going to do it myself next year if I didn't receive a transplant and do it in a motorized dialysis chair. And I met up with George about a week ago, and he stayed at my house and everything. It still astonishes me on what miracles can happen, and it's just unbelievable. I'm here talking in front of you today. And also I'm trying to get together a peer group and for Sault Ste. Marie area, so all of us patients can talk together and help on each other, and because it is a battle being on dialysis, and there's a lot of things that go through your mind if you're ever going to get a kidney. You know, it's a long wait, and I'm just happy to be here today and happy to be off the machine. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Carrie and Andy. We commenced our program with Jessie Leclerc singing our national anthem. Jessie and her mother Joyce and their family has had a very close connection and association with George Marcello as he has in his walk. And I now invite Joyce Dago to come forward and speak about her belief in the walk. Joyce, please.
Right uptight. Aha. I would also also like to thank everybody for coming out here. It doesn't surprise me with Sault Ste. Marie. We just have the most wonderful community in Northern Ontario. With our St. Mary's Knights running with us, and the kids from White Pines and the Greyhounds, it never, ever, ever surprises me, the love that comes out of this city. I just love living here, and I'm very proud to be a part of Sault Ste. Marie. How we became involved as a family with George's walk was a very close cousin of mine became very ill and needed a liver transplant. And this is a woman my age, very vital, very healthy, lived a wonderful life, good mom. And again, just out of the blue, became very, very ill. She was literally, and I've heard it said before, on death's door. She was down to under 70 pounds and just what really was dying. George, she became aware that George was going to be going through her community, and she wanted to go and carry the torch. And her husband said, you know, don't do it. You're just not well enough to do it. She couldn't even walk. And she came to the decision within herself that if she was going to die, she was going to die helping somebody else. And she got up that day and did carry George's torch. And members of our family have carried the torch in the communities that we live in. And I think it's one of those things that it's kind of like a silent situation that nobody ever talks about until it hits you, until it hits someone in your family. And there's so many things in life that we can't do anything about, that we just have to accept. And this is something that we can do something about. And faith without works is dead. And I'm very, very proud to be a part of George's endeavors. I just believe in it so much, and I know that good things are going to come from this. They certainly have for our family. My cousin had her transplant. She's home and doing well. Her husband is very happy, you know, to have her back. Her daughter, her son, her grandkids. She'll be actually traveling to the Sault in February, we hope, if she's feeling well enough. And you know, I've heard it said that it's miraculous, and I personally believe that God works through people. It is miraculous, the technology that has given her back a life and kept her with us. And I know, you know, there's no sense in saying thank you to all you people, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't concerned. But I will say thank you anyway. Thanks a lot.
Yes, indeed, Joyce, it is miraculous. And for an organ recipient, it is truly a beautiful feeling to be able to have a renewed opportunity to live and enjoy life. There are two parts to the organ donation. For most people, though, one, of course, is the recipient, and the other is the organ donor. For a recipient, after surgery, there is the thought that, yes, I am alive, thanks to the love and support of someone who has lost their life. And believe me, it can be a very traumatic experience, and it takes a while to get used to that feeling that you have an organ thanks to the loss of someone else's life. And you often think seriously about the sacrifice of that person. I invite Lori Mancuso to come forward now to speak to these thoughts and the impact of losing a loved one and the meaning of organ donations to her.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming today, and George, thank you for allowing us to participate in this event. It means a lot to me and my husband Jim. 3.5 years ago, I had a 16-year-old son, my only son. He was out playing the game of hockey, the game that he loved so much, when his heart stopped and he died. Through our tragedy, not too long after we were told that he passed away, the doctor came to me and my husband and asked if we would be donors for sight for a young male